For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. Some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope.
Because you might be actually not feeling great physically or mentally, you're drained, but the confidence somehow gets you through. And when you don't have confidence, that's then when you have to sort of trust all the hard work you've done, and you have to keep on working hard so success comes back.
I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist.
Set yourself a definite goal and work hard toward that goal, and don't let anything or anyone stop you in the process, no matter what it is.
I didn't really care about the standings or, the perception of my style or whatever, as long as I could keep learning these new tricks. And so as I was successful in competition and winning a lot of the events, my job was just to keep getting better.
I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
People perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B.
We were down 1-0, and if you walked into our locker room at halftime, you thought we were up 3-0.
Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough.
You just never give up, because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence.
I'm not going to go out and say I'm the greatest this or that. I was a kid with a dream. That's it.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
You are fighting the greatest fight of all times.
And I fought because I knew it was not doomed to be a losing fight. It couldn't be a losing fight.
As long as you believe in what you're doing and you're doing things you love to do, then you can go out there and be the best at it. And that's, that should give you a lot of enjoyment, fulfillment in your life.
Always keep an open mind that there's something out there for each and every one of you. And it's up to you to go out there and find your niche.
You learn just to stick with it. I mean, there's lots of days where you don't really feel like doing it, or you don't feel like grinding it out, and you got to do it. Those are the highs and lows of being an athlete, and if you want to feel those highs, you got to go through those lows every now and then.
This time when you run and you just want to stop, you just want to give up, like, to hell with this, I just want to go home. This day when you get up and you know what, you have a training today, you know it's going to be intense, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to go today, but you got to go.
When you play sports and you're committed to something, the commitment, the responsibility of showing up to practice on time, to being there for your teammates, to listening to your coaches, it's a responsibility that you have when you're playing with a group, that you have to hold your end of the bargain.
When you have to make a putt, you make a putt. You have to hit the shot, you hit the shot. You just sort of like drop into another zone, and you block out everything.
Sometimes the will can outdo the skill. And sometimes a fella's will is stronger than the man who's actually better physically, and the determination and weakens the other man just to see him so determined.
I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
I am the greatest. Hard fucking work. You put it in, you believe in it, you will succeed.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
Some of the best athletes, or the greatest athletes in the world, do things when they're uncomfortable.
He you just have to stay calm because it's not finished to the last point, no matter how close you get. I've been working so hard all my life to be here, and I was determined to get this.
You gotta start from way down the bottom. You gotta let it grow up with you. And if you're successful and you tried hard enough, you're bound to come out on top. Just like these boys have come to the top now.
Mentally, we have a vision, we have a finish that we have to attain, you know, and sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired, you know, and I think it's the test of your will to succeed.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. Some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope.
Because you might be actually not feeling great physically or mentally, you're drained, but the confidence somehow gets you through. And when you don't have confidence, that's then when you have to sort of trust all the hard work you've done, and you have to keep on working hard so success comes back.
I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist.
Set yourself a definite goal and work hard toward that goal, and don't let anything or anyone stop you in the process, no matter what it is.
I didn't really care about the standings or, you know, the perception of my style or whatever, as long as I could keep learning these new tricks. And so as I was successful in competition and winning a lot of the events, my job was just to keep getting better.
All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
People perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B.
We were down 1-0. If you walked into our locker room at halftime, you thought we were up 3-0.
Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough.
You just never give up because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence.
I'm not going to go out and say I'm the greatest this or that. I was a kid with a dream. That's it.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
You are fighting the greatest fight of all times.
And I fought because I knew it was not doomed to be a losing fight. It couldn't be a losing fight.
You know, as long as you believe in what you're doing and you're doing things you love to do, then you can go out there and be the best at it. And that's, you know, that should give you a lot of enjoyment, fulfillment in your life.
Always keep an open mind that there's something out there for each and every one of you. And it's up to you to go out there and find your niche.
You learn just to stick with it. I mean, there's lots of days where you don't really feel like doing it, or you don't feel like grinding it out, and you got to do it. You know, those are the highs and lows of being an athlete, and if you want to feel those highs, you got to go through those lows every now and then.
This time when you run and you just want to stop, you just want to give up, like, to hell with this, I just want to go home. This day when you get up and you know what, you have a training today, you know it's going to be intense, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to go today, but you gotta go.
When you play sports and you're committed to something, the commitment, the responsibility of showing up to practice on time, to being there for your teammates, to listening to your coaches, it's a responsibility that you have when you're playing with a group, that you have to hold your end of the bargain.
When you have to make a putt, you make a putt. You have to hit the shot, you hit the shot. You just sort of like drop into another zone and you block out everything.
Sometimes the will can outdo the skill. And sometimes a fella's will is stronger than the man who's actually better physically, and the determination weakens the other man just to see him so determined.
I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
I am the greatest. Hard f***ing work. You put it in, you believe in it, you will succeed.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
Some of the best athletes, the greatest athletes in the world, do things when they're uncomfortable.
You just have to stay calm because it's not finished to the last point, no matter how close you get. I've been working so hard all my life to be here, and I was determined to get this.
You gotta start from way down the bottom. You gotta let it grow up with you. And if you're successful and you try hard enough, you're bound to come out on top. Just like these boys have come to the top now.
Mentally, we have a vision, we have a finish that we have to attain, and sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired, and I think it's the test of your will to succeed.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good, and take care of your family, because this is the most important thing in the world.
Failing to prepare was preparing to fail. The night before a game, I ate the same food. I went to bed at the same time. I got up, I ate the same breakfast. Some people call it superstition, but it's a routine.
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope.
Because you might be actually not feeling great physically or mentally, you're drained, but the confidence somehow gets you through. And when you don't have confidence, that's then when you have to sort of trust all the hard work you've done, and you have to keep on working hard so success comes back.
I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist.
Set yourself a definite goal and work hard toward that goal, and don't let anything or anyone stop you in the process, no matter what it is.
I didn't really care about the standings or, the perception of my style or whatever, as long as I could keep learning these new tricks. And so as I was successful in competition and winning a lot of the events, my job was just to keep getting better.
All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm going to show you how great I am.
People perform better when there's no safety net. People perform better in sports and everything else if you don't have a plan B.
We were down 1-0. If you walked into our locker room at halftime, you thought we were up 3-0.
Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough.
You just never give up because you never know what can happen. You never know who you can inspire and who you can influence.
I'm not going to go out and say I'm the greatest this or that. I was a kid with a dream. That's it.
You have to fail in order to climb that ladder.
You are fighting the greatest fight of all times.
And I fought because I knew it was not doomed to be a losing fight. It couldn't be a losing fight.
You know, as long as you believe in what you're doing and you're doing things you love to do, then you can go out there and be the best at it. And that's, you know, that should give you a lot of enjoyment, fulfillment in your life.
Always keep an open mind that there's something out there for each and every one of you. And it's up to you to go out there and find your niche.
You learn just to stick with it. I mean, there's lots of days where you don't really feel like doing it, or you don't feel like grinding it out, and you got to do it. You know, those are the highs and lows of being an athlete, and if you want to feel those highs, you got to go through those lows every now and then.
This time when you run and you just want to stop, you just want to give up, like, to hell with this, I just want to go home. This day when you get up and you know what, you have a training today, you know it's going to be intense, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to go today, but you got to go.
When you play sports and you're committed to something, the commitment, the responsibility of showing up to practice on time, to being there for your teammates, to listening to your coaches, it's a responsibility that you have when you're playing with a group, that you have to hold your end of the bargain.
When you have to make a putt, you make a putt. You have to hit the shot, you hit the shot. You just sort of like drop into another zone and you block out everything.
Sometimes the will can outdo the skill. And sometimes a fella's will is stronger than the man who's actually better physically, and the determination and weakens the other man just to see him so determined.
I still feel I have a lot to prove, not just as a player, but as a person, as a father. When I get to a point where I feel I can improve as a player, I walk away from the game.
I am the greatest. Hard f***ing work. You put it in, you believe in it, you will succeed.
Everything was done to try to learn how to become a better basketball player. Everything. And so when you have that point of view, then literally the world becomes your library to help you become better at your craft.
Some of the best athletes, the greatest athletes in the world, do things when they're uncomfortable.
You just have to stay calm because it's not finished to the last point, no matter how close you get. I've been working so hard all my life to be here, and I was determined to get this.
You gotta start from way down the bottom. You gotta let it grow up with you. And if you're successful and you try hard enough, you're bound to come out on top. Just like these boys have come to the top now.
Mentally, we have a vision, we have a finish that we have to attain, you know, and sometimes you have to do it when you're old and you're tired, you know, and I think it's the test of your will to succeed.
For many times I was laughed at and not believed in, but it was still a kid with a dream and a belief in himself.
I feel I still have room to improve. I still set goals for myself to strive for. I'm never complacent with what I've achieved.
We have money, we have everything, we have fame. But the most important thing is the family. Keep your family healthy, good.
Here we go, guys. This is Lance Lisciotti with the Make a Score Tour. Joined by Dan Usella in the booth. How are we doing tonight, Dan?
Doing real good and really excited for what we're about to see. And we got two good players here.
Yep. So quick update. It was originally going to be Kevin Kiley versus Bryan Palacio, and he had to reschedule. So we found a quick replacement in Kevin Bourn. So we replaced one Kevin with another. But this Kevin is a little bit tougher. I'll tell you, Bryan's going to have a little bit of a tougher game here. But he's more than capable, and I expect a great match here.
Yeah, same here. And, Bryan's a real great shot, owner of Buckland Billiards. Played in Masters APA division. He's actually headed out to Vegas this year to represent Connecticut.
So he had mentioned that he's going to Vegas soon, and this is kind of like a tune-up for him.
Yeah.
That he
correct.
only had one beer, and he wanted to take this match a little bit more serious than normal, and he seems like he's really eager for the opportunity. So
Now, the one thing that's going to go against him, and you might have just seen it in that shot there, is that he doesn't have a lot of familiarity with this table, with this Diamond 7, and Kevin Bourn has a heck of a lot. So that's going to play here.
yeah, I would say Kevin has a little home cooking advantage here on the 7-foot diamond.
Now, what are your thoughts with this matchup? I mean, obviously, I think we both think that Kevin's probably a slight favorite here.
Yeah, I think he's a slight favorite. But in 9-ball, race to 11, it's only one set. So, anything can happen in one set. I think for him to have success, that first guy to get to 5 is going to be he doesn't want to start behind, that's for sure. If he could put a little pressure on Kevin early out the gate, it could really change things a lot. We really don't know what type of Kevin we're going to expect here because he had no clue he was playing up until about 40 minutes ago. So he's on the fly. He had zero prep work for this.
Right, so he might have some early rust in the first couple of racks, although that's a nice save. Looks like we've got a bunch of people in the stream looking for action. Will Cook is looking for action.
Rob Slota, how you doing, buddy? Will Alley, Jordan Palacio, we know who you're rooting for, buddy.
Yeah, Cliff, we just so we had to have a last-minute fill-in. Kevin Kiley couldn't make the match. We're filling in with Kevin Bourn, who's going to be adding a few Fargo points, that's for sure. But, kudos. I'm going to tip my cap. Kudos to Bryan Palacio. He didn't ask for any weight in this match. He's probably a 40 or 50-point Fargo dog, but he's going for it.
Yeah, I got to give him a lot of credit there. He came willing to play, and he basically said, I want to play. Find me a game. And we didn't have much time to do it, but this is what we got.
Now, this will be oh boy, Kevin found the drink. This will be at least the second year in a row, if not third year in a row, that Bryan Palacio is going out to Vegas to represent Connecticut in the APA Masters. So that's a tip of the cap to Bryan. And now let's see what he's going to do here. Oh, it looks like he's going for an early 2-9 combo. And maybe that's going to show us where his mindset's at here. Nice shot by Bryan Palacio. Early 1-0 lead. And he needed that. He needed to get a little comfortable. Like I said before, Kevin Bourn is really, really familiar with this table. He plays on it every week, every 2 weeks. Bryan Palacio, not so much. I think he's only played on this table maybe once or twice in the CT Valley, things like that. So the 7-foot diamond is going to be a little bit of an adjustment for him. But he adjusted real well. His first break was a real nice one. He sank 3 on the break, had a good look on the next ball. Let's see what he does here. Hopefully the background music isn't bothering you guys, folks. Let us know if the sound quality's coming in through okay. And all right, unlucky for Bryan. He did pick up the 2-9 combo win, first rack, but starting this one off with a scratch. Luckily for him, the 2-9 looks kind of goofy here. What would you do, Lance?
You can play the 1 and go into the 2-9 with the cue ball if you cut the 1 in thin. But I don't think you're going to get a good look here. You might have to run to play safe on the 2, but I really don't see a safe either, so you might be better off going into it. If that cube, he might have been trying to play a little higher for the carom on the 4, which could have set up a 2-9 after that, but it didn't fall good from here.
You like trying to hide behind the 3 with the cue?
Yeah, a bunch of right-hand English maybe.
Yeah.
It's a small ball to get behind, I'll tell you. I might even thin the 2 and go up and down with the cue ball and try to use the 6-7 as blockers, but it's tough. Like that, basically. He went in on the shot, but he found the drink. Let's see what happened there again.
Boy, talk about bad luck.
So he banks the 2 cross side. Where'd the cue ball go? Oh, it went with inside off the 4. Wow. That was a little unfortunate.
So now here's a big moment for Bryan Palacio. Take advantage of ball in hand. You've got 6 balls to run to get up on Kevin 2-0 and get a little bit of comfort, get a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, this is a great start for Bryan so far. Ease the anxiety a little bit, and the first and the last games are tough. So far, he's had a couple opportunities. He's made the best of them. Now, if this 6 ball passes the 7 in the bottom left, I like it there. If it doesn't, he might have a little work to do with the cue ball.
I'm thinking he might be able to cheat a little bit and stun out. But
for the bottom right?
For the bottom right, yeah.
Like
and there it is, yeah.
Yep. So this is the shot here. You execute this one and you win the rack. But you gotta execute.
Gotta hit it good.
If you go into the 7, anything could happen.
For sure.
So he avoids the 7, holds for a little back cut on the side. And I'll tell you, it's not a hanger, but it carries pretty natural shape for the 9. So you pretty much just focus on making it. Maybe use a little bit of right hand English so you twist out of the corner and come out.
How's it going to end up? Was it a friendly bump?
Yeah,
it's not looking too good.
Could have been a little friendlier, but I'll tell you, this lays very nice for the bank. But if you miss it, it probably sells out. Oh.
And you're right. I think you did.
Yeah. Now, if that had stayed around here, he might have gotten away with it, but it's tough. He made the right decision. It laid good enough to go in on it, in my opinion.
All right, that's a big moment instead of 2-0. And I see Bryan's playing a little fast, but, Bryan is typically not a slow player anyway. Sometimes the nerves get you a little bit, and you maybe should stay down a little bit more, take an extra practice stroke. What do folks in the stream think? What kind of scores are we going to be looking at today? Josh Groves, yes, this is the wrong Kevin. So, for folks that are just joining us, Kevin Kiley couldn't make it tonight. Had some unfortunate health stuff going on, but nothing serious. But I think asthma was kicking in.
Yeah, it was.
And Kevin Bourn happened to be in the building, and so this is actually a surprise match for him. He found out about an hour and a half ago that he was going to be playing.
And just so you guys know, Kevin Kiley and Bryan do have plans to reschedule. We don't have a date lined up yet, but that game is going to happen. And Bryan was very, very nice with it. Kevin had said, "Listen, I want to come, but I'm not sure yet." And Bryan was like, "Listen, man, if you're not feeling it, no worries at all. You don't have to, no pressure. Don't force yourself."
Right.
And he was very easy with finding another match with Kevin Bourn. And Dan, you were going to play as well. So
that's right.
Bryan was pretty open to just about anything, really.
Yeah. So we got some answers in here. Rob Slota thinks Kevin's going to win 11-7. Ronnie Emanuelson, glad to hear you're doing better, buddy. 11-8. Kenny Hoke, the Incredible Hoke, thinks it's going to be 11-8. Anybody think that Bryan's going to maybe punch slightly above his weight class here? And
boy, he got robbed there.
Yeah, he did. That was a nice hit.
That was a great kick, and he hit it really good, but the one hung. And now Kev's got a great chance here. The 1 to the 3, 3 to the 5 is a little tricky. If you can navigate this 1, 3, 5, you got a great chance to run out. But the hard work is in the early side of the rack here.
Yeah, 3 to the 5 looks pretty. Well, look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah, that was going to be tough. No matter which way he went, there wasn't an easy path there. Now Kevin does jump very well. I don't know if you really jump to make this ball because it's so hard to get shape on the 5. You might jump to bank it up and down table, kind of like jump to bank it up and down, and the cue ball does like one of those. Yeah, just like that. Right. Hit it a little hot. And it looks like he's going to give up a shot. Yeah, it's not a duck, but it's a pretty good starter.
One rail to the 5.
Yeah, Bryan would love to keep this type of angle, but I don't know. It might be a little thin to do it.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot of speed in that cue ball with how thin this cut is.
And it's hard to go back and forth because you got to flirt with the side and you got to come out to like a perfect gap. Oh,
Good
look at
bump.
this.
Good
Yeah.
bump.
Yeah, well done. So he's cooking here. He's got the 5 and the 6 on the side. 7 to the 8. Could be a little tricky. Let's see where he's going to land.
A lot of good things coming out of the Make a Score tour, Lance. So we'll get that promo in here, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Any plans for an upcoming tournament or?
Yeah, I'm eyeballing a couple dates in August, and I gotta check the schedule and make sure I'm not scheduling on top of any other events, and I gotta make sure racks can accommodate it. But yeah, I wanted to do one this month, but 2 of the weekends were covered with the Palmer Bird Cup.
Right.
And there's other events on the other weekends, so I thought it was best to just focus on the Palmer Bird Cup. But I am antsy to run a tournament, I'll tell you.
Sure.
It's been a little while. Well, Brian missed the bank, and Kevin's going to clean these up, take a 2-1 lead.
Kevin Guimond joining us.
Yeah, if Brian was feeling real froggy, we'll replace Kylie with Bourn, and then we'll replace Bourn with Guimond. Yeah.
Is there a higher Fargo Kevin out there besides Guimond? I don't think so. Well,
Yeah,
in Connecticut, I'm saying.
Oh, in Connecticut?
Yeah.
No. Kevin's technically a Massachusetts guy, but we
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
adopt him into Connecticut, you know.
Well, was he working at Lefty Magoo's for a little while there?
I
back
believe
in the
he
day?
was.
Yeah, okay. So I
Houseman at,
just mistake
Lefty's.
him as a Connecticut
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I always think he's one of us.
I cleaned
I
him
like
up. That's what he said. Yeah.
Cleaned him up.
Well, so this is turning into a start that Brian didn't want to see. He's gone in on a couple banks in the last 2 racks, and they haven't turned out for him. Oh, Alex Bausch says Kevin Chang. I don't know who Kevin Chang is.
Yeah, he's not from Connecticut, though.
Oh, okay.
He's an Asian guy.
Well,
he's well, I mean, he's like a world beater from.
Oh,
Asia.
okay.
He's like a.
But
probably
not from the
820.
Hartford area.
No, he's like
Yeah, okay.
he's like an 820 or something. He's like insane. But that is probably the best Kevin in the world is that I could think. I believe so. Yeah. But if he gives up a little something to Guimond, I got some money on Guimond. That's
There
all
you
I
go.
know. You gotta give up a little something.
A little something or a lot of something?
Give up a little something for a lot of something.
That's
As Phil
right.
Davis said the other day. He commented that the other day.
Former U.S. Open champion. Okay. Alex Bausch, our sideline reporter.
How you doing tonight, Alex? Thanks for tuning in.
I'm not even the best Dan in my own town. Never mind Connecticut. So
I'm not even the best player in my own family. It's sickening. I've dedicated a lot of my life to pool. I'm not even the best in my family, and only one person ever played.
Your sister doesn't play?
No, she can't make a ball. My mom could play pretty good. She beat me one
Really?
time. Yeah, we gambled for not even for money, but whatever. And
Right.
I had some like playing cards or whatever, and I forget what she put up, and she beat me. I was like probably like 14 or something.
14, okay.
Yeah, she beat me. She gave me the cards back, but it was a good lesson.
Well, if you're married to Larry, you know, you're going to pick up a trick or two, you know.
Carlos Vieira was one of the best Connecticut players, and I used to go over his house in Rocky Hill and play him all the time, and his wife Jamie was always great, and he always would tell me a story about he was on the road, and he ran into my parents somewhere at a tournament, whatever, and my mom was bored and said, "Come on, let's play something for like $50 or something."
Sure.
So they played straight pool, and Carlos said he spotted her like 95 on 100.
Wow.
And she had 95 and he got like 92 or whatever it was, and he missed a ball, and he said she ran like 5 of the hardest shots that he's ever seen for the cash. And he loved the story. He told me it like 10 times. I always got a kick out of it.
That's awesome.
Well, Kev goes in on the bank there. Is it going to get there? All right, looks like he missed on the safe side.
I almost want to say he was playing the safe the whole way. If that went in, he was in trouble. Trouble on the 2 anyway.
Crystal, how you doing? Thanks for liking and sharing. Guys, if you're enjoying the stream, please like and share. send it a donation if you can. But if you can't, a like and share is greatly appreciated. Help grow the tour, do bigger and better things.
So Bryan's still in the fight here. See if he can masse around that 2.
Oh, he got a good hit. Oh, I thought he was at least getting a good hit out of it.
Well, saving grace here is that the 2's going nowhere.
I'll tell you, though, getting a good hit there might have been important, because if Kev pockets the 1 and plays a safe on the 2, and Bryan fails to hit it, he's instantly on 2.
Yeah, although there's a lot of spacing in this rack. I mean, it depends on how that 2-4 shakes out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to go into this one. Like earlier, he had something similar with the 1 in the top left and the 2, but this one's tough to go into.
Right. I mean, I think we both think that Bryan Palacio is a little bit of an underdog. I think everybody would, based on the Fargo numbers, but he's not that much of a dog.
No. People get, in my opinion, a little carried away with the Fargo advantage.
Yeah, I agree.
They forget that it's a 7-foot table,
right?
And Bryan has been preparing, Kevin has not, and you know.
Nick Marino joins the stream. Thanks for liking.
I tell you, I always think there's a lot more pressure on the better player in a format like this when it's 1 set and done.
Yeah.
They know, when I gamble with guys, if I feel like I have the slight edge, I don't care if you beat me the first set when I know we're playing multiple sets.
Eventually,
it doesn't bother me.
Right.
I'm like, I have a chance to get my money back. Math will prevail.
Right.
It's okay.
Right.
You know. But 1 set, I always feel like, man, the guy's gonna beat me. He's got bragging rights on me. Like, it definitely adds some extra pressure.
Especially with a good early start.
Yeah.
Is that going to sell out a little bit?
Yeah, that might have given up a window. And I'll tell you, Bryan might even be able to pocket this ball, but
4-ball stuck.
Yeah, no reward. He would love to be able to pocket it and try to squeeze
around.
out 2 rails and just miss the 6, maybe. It was wishful thinking, anyways. It was very tough.
He tried to hold it up so he could see the 4 and not get hidden behind the 7, or behind the 5. Sorry.
I like Kev to play safe like this, underneath that 7.
Yeah, there's no reward for pocketing this 2.
I don't think he can jack up with low right. I don't think he could not jack up, but I don't think he could whip this back with low right. I think it's too steep of an angle, and I really don't see a great safe to play. He could go like this, and then thin the 4 and go like, you know, like one of those up table with the cue ball type of deal.
He tried to whip around 3 rails.
Yeah, he didn't get there though. But
it's going to offer up a rebuttal.
Yeah, really, this ain't.
I'm hiding behind the 9 if I can here.
Yeah, like this. 2 rails up. Yeah, and it sends the 2 ball maybe off the 6 and down or something.
Right, or even get a little love behind the 6 as well.
Yeah, I might play this into the 6 because it looks like it hits the 6 and then drops center table, and then you just focus on cue ball center rail. See, like that.
Did he get it? Pretty close, I think. Yeah.
That's even if you don't block your opponent there, you do your job with such separation, especially with the 2 ball being more center table. So I think Kev's just going to thin this and try to go 2 rails up. He might try to split in between the 6-9. I went the other way.
And again, Kev knows that there's not a lot of danger here because the 4-8. Will Ailey has a good point. You know, there's the robustness on the Fargo numbers here aren't that high. So there's some swing.
Bryan Palacio beat Jonas Sudo.
That's right.
And Delgado. What's his full name?
Oh man, I'm gonna forget.
He's got 3 names. It's
right.
Whatever, Delgado.
Right.
He beat both of them back to back.
And that was CT Valley, right? Or was it?
No, I think that was a Tuesday night tournament, to be honest. But
right.
Race to 3 is still tough to beat those guys. I'll tell you.
Sure.
Alberto, yeah, that's it. Alberto, Delgado. There's another part in there too. There's like 3 parts, I think.
Well, and even Jonas is Pseudo Camino, right?
Oh yeah, they both.
Yeah,
that must be like a Spain thing or
yeah,
something.
I think.
Oh yeah,
he's both.
And David Alcade's got
Alcaide. It's got I can't remember his other name. Where's our sideline reporter?
Alex.
Where's Bausch?
Alex, help us out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jose Alberto Delgado. There's one
Crystal.
of them. And
there we go.
Isn't David Alcade got a 3rd name?
Alcaide's got yeah, he does, but I can't remember.
Yeah, whatever. We got a sharp chat. Look at them all firing off.
Oh yeah, they're better in the booth than we are.
You guys should be in the booth. Bermudez Alcade. David Bermudez Alcade.
Jose Alberto Rodriguez Fernandez Delgado. Wow. Okay, there you go,
The
Phil.
third junior Esquire. I used to say that to Phil. I used to say Phil Davis Jr. Third Esquire. I used to just keep it going. I don't even know why. It was just funny.
All right.
All right, Kevin.
Kevin's gonna get, yeah, and he's starting to get a little comfortable. Again, you know, this was kind of sprung on him last minute, so it might have taken him a couple racks to get comfortable. This is kind of bad news for Bryan, because once again, Kevin's got a lot of experience on this table. Ooh, overdrew that a bit.
Yeah, he's okay though. Just stun up to the top right.
Yeah, up and down.
You could even use some right as long as the scratch on the top right's not in play. Sometimes I just put right on these, a little soft right. Oh, he might
end up funny.
As long as this bounces.
No, it's gonna.
He's
have to bank it.
Nah, he's okay. I think he can slice this one in.
Oh, really?
You might be better off banking it and just dragging the cue ball up, but if it lays how I think, you just cut it and go back and forth.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
A little deceiving angle there on the camera.
We don't have the overhead anymore, huh?
I don't have access to it on the 7-footer.
Okay.
The way it has to be, we're working on trying to hardwire the cameras in where we would have full access to all of them, but for the setup how it is now, this is as good as we could do. But Pete is a great owner, and he's been active in upgrading computers, and he just ran a Ethernet line to one of the front computers, and we're working on he's working on putting a switch in and getting everything hardwired up. So we're I'm trying to do the best I can in the booth. He's doing the best he can out there. So we're making progress, slow and steady.
Absolutely. And hey, doing a nice job of getting money matches going. It's always fun to see.
Yeah, I've always been more of a action guy rather than tournaments. I do enjoy tournaments, but to me, action is just the most entertaining to watch. I like to see how people tick. And pool you can't hide if you're a dog or not. And I'm not trying to be harsh on anybody. There's plenty of dogs out there, but you can't hide it.
Right.
You just can't. I know guys that are killers in golf.
Right.
You put them on a pool table, and they've got no stones at all. Right. They cannot make a 9-ball to save their life when the heat's on.
Right.
So I like the gambling brings that out in people.
Yeah,
and tournament does too, but it's a lot different gambling, you know.
It is, and gambling on stream.
Yeah,
when you know that there's a bunch of folks watching you.
Yeah.
If you're, you know, if you don't believe in yourself before that, you sure as heck aren't going to believe in yourself after it.
Yeah. And it's weird because, like, I, in my opinion, I think more people feel pressure gambling in a format like this compared to, like, a tournament that I run, for example. But I'm the direct opposite. When I gamble, I really don't feel much pressure at all. But when I'm in a tournament, I feel, like, totally different. Like, almost like amateur hour again. You know what I mean? Just weird.
I do. You know, it's funny because, and I'm the same way unless the money's really, 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 really big. But,
right.
And the reason is because you're preparing for a tournament, right?
Yeah.
You know it's coming a couple weeks in advance. You're.
But I would think that would take the anxiety off because
you want to perform well. You know what I mean?
You're preparing. You know what I mean? Like typically when I prepare for things, I feel a lot better, less anxious. Gambling's all totally on the fly.
Right.
It's, you know what it is in tournaments. I know that if I play bad or my opponent plays real good, I'm screwed. I can't flip the coin again. Like I have to take my path to the loser side or out of the tournament if I was already on the loser side.
Right.
Gambling, I just love that you could get drilled. You could play a guy for like this, for example, 250 each side.
Sure.
Get drilled, renegotiate, and then skip ahead 6 hours and you're walking out with 2,000.
Right.
Like in a tournament, you just get drilled and then you're like kicking yourself on the way home. That was a great kick.
It's a nice kick.
Yeah.
No, I completely hear you, but I think that's part of the problem, though, isn't it? Like when you fail in a tournament, you failed. It's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. There is no rebuttal. You're going home.
Yeah.
And especially if you're traveling for it, that's the other thing too.
Yeah,
if you're traveling for it, it's like you got
that ride home. Sucked.
Yeah. Oh man, you set up some expectations, and you don't meet them, and. You know.
Will Cook says you're supposed to prepare for a money match.
Well, in the case of Kevin Bourn tonight, no. The
Yeah,
answer is you find out 45 minutes or so before.
Right, a little weak there, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That one, yeah, you can see him.
Yeah,
his
body language.
Yeah. Pat, thanks for liking the stream. Appreciate you, brother. So I like a little high left here, and you come around 3 rails for the 9 in the same pocket. Some players will use low right and just go 1 rail, but I like that inside English. And he fell a little short here. I like to move the rack and probably back cut this one in.
He's going to slice it. Okay.
Yeah, because there's no scratch unless you go back and forth all the way to the top left. Well, okay, I had that judged a little wrong on the cue ball. But it looks like he missed pretty well.
Yeah, he did. So looks like Brian's going to have to come with a sort of bank back to himself, I'm thinking. Oh, no, he's going the other way.
Yeah. I like to hit this one firm enough where if you miss it, it goes in, like more towards the side. He ginned it.
Ooh,
look at this
nice shot. Big moment.
Let's take another look at that one. I like hitting it a little firmer where if you miss it, it banks back. But great shot. If you hit it center cup, I don't care what speed you hit it. You can hit it any speed you want as long as you make it.
Nice shot. Brian needed that. That's exactly what he needed to get right back into it.
All right, Brian to break. And the wing ball went firing right in, and it looks like he's going to have a cut at the 1. Craig Eagleson says great bank. Yeah, that was
Jordan
a great
Palacio.
shot.
So Jordan is Brian's son.
Yeah.
Good shot himself.
Yeah, yeah, he could play. He comes down for the Tuesday night tournament every once in a blue moon.
Tuesday night tournaments. I think he's an APA 7-9. I picked him for the Cooper Cup this past Cooper Cup. Nice shot by Brian.
Yeah. So he put some left-hand English on it to go through the 4 ball and keep some shape on the 2. A very good shot there. A lot of players they don't get that extra element of position off of a ball, and it's a lot easier than most people think.
Right.
You just have to look at where the cue ball's naturally going, and usually you only apply running English. You never really use inside very often at all. So Brian missed a tough shot there. Looks like Kev has a look at the corner.
That 3 ball tied up with the 7 though, didn't it? That's what Kevin's checking right now.
He might be able to pocket the 2 and follow through and break the 3-7 up. Gonna have to get fortunate to get a look. Might get a look down table somewhere. Oh, he had the opposite angle. And he missed it. I'm wondering if the 3 maybe goes, because it looked like he played shape for it, or he was trying to get here and then play safe behind the 7.
Yeah, you're trying to crack this open, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, from here, top rail, left-hand English. But you want to hit it soft. Ideally, you want to hit this side of the 7, our right side of the 7. But you really just don't want to hit the 7 full. Yeah.
Well, that combo plays.
Yeah, it looks like it plays. And he probably will come out with shape. Oh, he put some left on.
Oh, look at that.
Wow, this came out pretty well. I think he can use some low right and just draw off the 3 to hold. Oh,
Maybe
no, he's
he'll
going
just
forward.
follow off the right-hand rail, yeah.
Yep, the side is not in play. Yeah, he's in business here. Now, the 8 ball does not appear to go on the side. So he's going to want an angle going from the 5 to the 8. He's going to want to be almost, like right there. Yep, very nice. Use some low left here and draw for the 8 in the bottom left next. This one you wouldn't mind getting straight on, coming like somewhere around here. Oh, he missed the ball.
And that's the old power up on the diamond. On the valley, that's in all day. On the diamond, or on the gold crown. On the diamond, you've got to be careful with those.
Now, this 9 ball is a big ball. It's taken away the bottom rail position, so he's either going to straight draw back or he's going to use low left and use the right long rail. He'd like to use the long rail. Okay, he couldn't, so he just all draw.
He's going to the cup, isn't he?
Better slow down.
Ooh.
All right, he's got to look. This one, you just focus on pocketing the 8. I like to jack up and stun a little. I mean, maybe... Oh, he had enough of it. He wanted to level out and roll because he wasn't as tight to the rail as I thought he was.
You can see the frustration as he walked back to the chair.
Yeah, he knew he didn't hit that one well. as soon as he hit it. So Bryan got great shape here on the 9. Would have liked to have not been on the rail, but no problem. And just like that, Null knotted up at 3-3. All right, Bryan to break, all knotted up, 3-3. Jason, thanks for liking the stream. Appreciate you.
I hope Dan isn't too upset at Bryan. What do you mean, Alex?
I hope Dan
for not
upset
gambling with me.
No, I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
See, with Alex, he could be making fun of me in a lot of different ways. So
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
how,
this
you know.
is upper level. Upper level.
It's one of those grenade jokes where I got to pull the pin and wait.
All right, Bryan. Good look at the 1. Bryan, I know you're in a rush, but 1 at a time is okay. Makes 2 balls there. Has good look at the 2. Draw back for the 3. He's got a great chance to break and run this one. The 6 to the 8 is, oh, now the 3 to the 6. This is going to be the key. He fell a little short here. He might have to go into the 6 and rub it and try to get a look at the corner. He might be able to avoid it. It's tough. Okay, he was able to avoid it, and now he's got a nice angle to go from the 6 to the 8. You want to get pretty straight on this 8.
He did all right.
It's going to be a little funny.
I think he's gonna, on these, with this type of angle, I'd be tempted to go forward a couple rails.
3 rails with a
yeah.
It's
hard to tell the angle, but
I kill these real well. I'd probably just like use some right and just roll it and kill it. But
okay, so he went to 3.
And
yeah. Did he get there?
Great shot.
Nice hit. Nice hit. Bryan's looking more and more comfortable as this match builds.
Tassine asking, is this bar box? Yes, this is a 7-foot bar box diamond.
There it is. There it is. 4-3 lead. Big moment for Bryan.
Leader in the clubhouse.
Big moment for Bryan. That's just going to build the confidence. His body language looks good.
Yeah.
He's getting more and more comfortable.
Yeah, that was a good break and run there. He never got out of line. Every ball that should have went to a pocket went to that pocket. He never had to change his pattern or anything.
And Jordan Palacio says, let's go E. I don't know why he added that last I, but... Well, folks, we hope you're enjoying what you're seeing so far. We got 500 in the middle. And 2 players who are trying to go get it. They both are creating some chances. Missed a couple chances each, but, you know, early stuff. But Bryan's heating up. Bryan is heating up. And all of a sudden, nobody cares about that Fargo difference anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Those conversations go away
yeah.
when it's close. When it's 2-1 favorite, they're like, oh, Fargo.
Yeah. 50 points what?
Yeah.
All right, so Bryan's just going to push to the bottom left-hand portion of this table. I don't mind that push. Question is whether or not Kevin's going to try to hit him with a safe or maybe run into that 4. You think you can play off that, carry him into it? It's a little aggressive.
I don't know. The 4 might make the 6 a smaller pocket, but you might even make the 4. I think
he was trying to come down table for the safe.
I was trying to get behind the 2-3, which I think I probably would have shot the same shot. That 6-4 just laid a little goofy.
Yeah.
Where the 6 is kind of obstructed by the 4, but the 4 might double kiss in. I don't know.
Right.
Bryan with a great opportunity here. Every ball has a hole.
Yeah, this is looking good for him, and as the comfort level builds, man, if he were to take a 2-rack lead,
So what's going to be the tester here? 4 to the 5 should be okay.
I think
6.
everything looks good.
Yeah,
I think
guess
this is his hardest position right now.
This is going to be the shot right here. And the 5 has, I think, every pocket on the table, so he'll end up with something as long as he doesn't scratch. Yeah,
he's all right.
Okay. He's got a slight angle going the wrong way, but he could just follow. He could even stop and draw. He could do whatever he wants here. Yeah, he could swing 3 rails.
He's looking real comfortable.
Yeah.
Speed's there. Speed control's there.
This looks like a stop shot here. Yep. And just like that, looks like Bryan's going to take a 5-3 lead.
Kevin awards the rack. Yeah, and it's all of a sudden. Fargo, what? But now, I was going to say, but I will say this, because of Kevin's comfort on this, it's not his first time he's been down 2 racks in this table.
Yeah, and 5-3 is
we haven't hit the halfway point.
Yeah, it's not deep enough in the set, for me at least, to really... I'm definitely paying attention, because you don't want 5-3 turning into 7-3 or 7-4.
Right.
But if I'm Kevin, I'm not really...
It's not panic time.
Nah. You just got to play the game. If the guy breaks and runs on you, you know, what can you do?
That's right. Tip your cap.
Yeah, that's all.
Tip your cap and make sure you have your ATM card.
If I'm down because a guy's breaking and running, it's a lot easier to swallow than me making mistakes and giving racks away or whatever, giving him extra opportunities.
Hit that break real good. Is he going to have a look at the 1 in the corner? I think he is. Not a great spread. You know, if I'm looking at the 3, 5, 8 cluster here, he's going to have to be careful with his speed control on his leaves here. Yeah, I think he was a little worried about the 2. And that's why he kind of dogged that 1 ball. Kevin needed this moment to get going. Let's see how he handles it. See what his body language looks like. Leslie Bolster likes the stream. Leslie, how we doing? Lethal Leslie Bolster.
So look, Kev's going to have to play this gap here, the window between the 5-8 to pocket the 3 in the top right next. A little touchy, but he's got a great angle to get there. Oh, he came up weak. Yeah, he definitely came up weak on that one.
He might not even have enough of the 3 to play a safe with. I think he's got to spin into it.
I think he's going to jump over the edge of the 8 and probably go after pocketing the 3. But he doesn't appear to be grabbing, so he's going to just kick. I don't know, maybe he can spin the left side, bring the cue ball back down table. He's trying to hide behind the 5-8. And Bryan's going to have an opportunity here. All right, Bryan with a great opportunity here. And this
is short.
Yeah, this is not ideal. He does have a look at the corner. I don't think the scratch in the side's in play. I think he can just use a little follow. And he would still have a back cut on the 6 on the side. Oh, he hit that great. Oh, look at this, came out for the corner. Yeah, that was a great shot there. And now he's got a great reward for it.
Looks like he's the favorite to go up 3 racks here if he can manage this cue ball.
Oh,
as soon as I say it, I'm the mush.
Well, it was the side pocket he was worried about. You could see as soon as he hit it, you could see a little anxiety in that stroke. I think the cue ball was naturally going to go towards the side a little, and I think that was in his head a little bit there.
Jose Soto joining the stream and says he can't wait until he's good enough to play in one of these. Jose, you're already good enough. All you need is an ATM card and a stick.
That's all you need.
So come on down. Make a score here for you.
Even you, Dan, that would be a good match. You, Kevin, Bryan.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
We have a lot of guys that would play Jose. No way, Jose. Only pool, though. No magic. No cards involved. No coins.
Yeah, no Omaha or whatever.
Oh, Kev with a swing and a miss.
Boy, oh boy.
Swing and a miss. It happens every once in a while. Sometimes the cue ball just rolls off on you the wrong way. Sometimes you mishit it. It could have been either or. I've whiffed at those a million times in my life, let me tell you.
For sure. We all have.
All right, Bryan. He's cooking here.
Is he going forward? Oh, no. Okay, just I had a funny angle there.
Yeah, he fell perfect here.
The Incredible Hulk already setting up the next Magic match here. Kenny, who are you playing? When are we going to see the Incredible Hulk on stream?
He had somebody he had talked to. I can't remember who.
But with Kenny, it's probably going to be one pocket, though, right?
I can't remember what maybe it was Matt Carlson. I was somebody. I can't remember.
Nice out.
He'll probably comment. And just like that, Brian's 6-3 lead. Don't go anywhere.
All right, so 6-3 lead for Bryan Palacio. And he's crossed the halfway point. Kenny Hoke tells us we have breaking news. Kenny Hoke is retired from pool, apparently.
Oh, boy.
I didn't know he retired from one pocket, though.
Yeah, it's probably just retired from rotation
From
games.
rotation games.
Oh, boy. He pushed. I thought that was a failed safety, and then I
yeah,
thought,
but
well,
look, he's got no window into that one.
He's got probably a kick on the right side.
Three rails around
No,
it?
right here. Oops.
Oh, the single
just
rail.
Don't hit the 6, yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the way I would go, because going the way he's going, this is a small ball.
Well, he was trying to two-rail it.
Yeah, no, that was small. So Kev has 3 foul opportunity here, or run-out opportunity. If I'm him down 6-3, you can't win your set 3 fouling guys. I want to get in stroke and start running balls.
Agreed.
If the rack dictated, if there's something tied up, I'm trying to get him on 3.
Right.
But with the balls open like this, I got to get in stroke. I got to run some balls. I got to get some confidence. I got to, not that he's doing anything wrong. Brian's just been running out the past couple racks. All Kevin did was he stitched himself in that small window he was playing. I mean, but that's not a silly mistake. That was a small window. So.
Just rotation, huh, Kenny? Well, Cliff heard you had a good list match recently, so.
Kev might be okay. The spot might have helped him out. It looked like he was going to be a little tree-topped over the 9, but now I think he can get perfectly level.
Yeah, I think he can cue this pretty well. I think the only problem is that he's got to make sure the 5's not going by the 7. I don't think so.
It might, believe it or not.
Yeah.
This camera can be very deceiving.
Yeah, I think he was fighting
right.
around it.
Yeah.
That was the problem, and he's going to get away with it. He's going to get a little luck here.
Yeah, let's see if Brian jumps. I'm guessing he does. Yeah, he looks like he's got the jump cue in hand. Is that a jump cue?
I couldn't tell when he came around, but I think it is. Yeah, he's chalking it up pretty heavily. He's going aerial, I think. No.
Yeah, the way he's lining up. Yeah. Jump.
There it is.
Let's see here. Hit it pretty well.
Oh.
Oh, he found the drink though. So he is on 2. I don't know if Kevin's going to remember that because of how it played out, but he is on 2. And Kev with ball in hand here. So guys, if you're just tuning in, we got a nice action match here. 500 in the middle. Even race to 11. One of the original players had to reschedule, so we found a replacement player on the fly. And that's where we're at. And Kev's got a good angle to go up table for the 6 on the side. The 7 to the 8, you're gonna have to pick. Do you want to go to the bottom rail or do you want to go to the left long rail? You don't want to just pocket the 6 and stay straight on the 7. You want to pick a side. Now the way he is now, I think you have to draw to like here.
Yeah.
So you could pocket the 7 and come down and split the 8-9 and come up table.
Yeah, for sure.
He
got straight.
Yeah, he's gonna have to just draw back now.
Well, let's see what he's got in his stroke.
It's a 7-footer, and Kev's got a great stroke, so he's gonna draw back. It's just sometimes you draw into the side, and goofy thing. Actually, he looks like he's going high right. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Good
Hit it
shot.
pretty good.
I like that. I love inside English like that. It's just so predictable.
So Alex Bouch says he would have gone for the 3 foul just to mess with the opponent.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Wow. But he's going to get away with it. Look at this again. Second time in a row, he's going to get away with it.
Yeah, Alex has that luxury because he's usually up like 7 racks, so he can just torture him a little bit. All right, this is a big kick here. I tell you, this is a big spot in the game because 7-3 and 6-4 is a world of difference.
It's a good kick. Good kick.
Oh, he got a brutal double. That was a brutal double kiss. Because if that doesn't kiss, cue ball's on the end rail, 8 ball's got to get fired into a corner at best.
And you can see his reaction once it happened, too.
Yeah, that could be a huge swing. Because now if it goes 6-4 and Kevin breaks and runs a rack or two, I mean, that's huge. That's really big. So 6-4. Nate Johnson, thanks for liking the stream. Appreciate you. All right, so 6-4, Brian's lead. Pete, thanks for liking the stream. Owner of Rax Billiards. So Kev makes 2 balls on the break. He might have a really thin cut on the 2. I think we're gonna see a safety here.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think where we are in the match here, Kevin's got to be careful he just doesn't give up free opportunities. If he was up 6-4, I might say cut the 2 in.
Right.
But being down 6-4, I like the safe.
Oh, look how good he hit it.
Great shot there. Nice speed control. Goes 2 rails behind the 4.
I mean, that's nice speed control.
Yeah, very nice.
Downtown Peter Brown, how are we?
So Brian's been doing a lot of kicking these past couple shots. Now, this kick, besides being jacked up, lays pretty decent. There's a nice reward if you make it, probably. All right, it was tough, though. Being jacked up, it's a lot easier to put some unintended English on the cue ball. So Kev with ball in hand.
So for me, I'm a big watcher, believer in body language.
Yeah.
And let's see how this rack goes, because I think what I'm seeing out of Brian is a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
And then if Kevin starts getting comfortable again, we're going to have a big swing.
I like to read body language as well. And I'll tell you, from here, I think it's anyone's match.
Yeah, yeah.
Because, you know, Brian on paper's the slightly weaker player, but he's got a 2-rack lead. Kev's body language is not great. I'd say Brian's is better, for right now at least. But things change so quick. I mean, if Kev...
Wait, was he banking? Was he banking? Holy mackerel.
Yeah, I think he just got fortunate on this one, to be honest.
He's got inside spin on it.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think he was for the shape, you know, and I think that caused him to miss the ball. But he fluked it in. If I'm right, at least. I think he fluked it in. And he's looking to make Brian pay. And I think he's going to. I mean, you got a nice little 1-railer here for the 8 on the side, which you should have an angle going towards the 9. Yeah, just like that. It looks like we're going to have 6-5. So that, like we were talking about, that kick on the 8, which was very difficult. It was no hanger. Was huge because instead of 7-4, it looks like we're headed to 6-5.
Instead of 7-3.
Yeah. I'm sorry, 7-3. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Instead of 7-3, looks like 6-5 a couple minutes later. Looks like Brian might have given that one up, or, yep, he gave that one up. So 6-5.
Big swing.
Alex Bosch. Yeah, I totally agree, Alex. I totally agree. I noticed it too, man. I noticed that body language. I noticed that commentator bias. You're right, bud.
I mean, you know I get jealous about Masters, Alex. That's why we had to replace you with Matt Tatro.
Yeah, upgrade.
So,
Had to upgrade.
It was an upgrade.
Yeah,
it was an upgrade.
Yeah. No brainer. No brainer.
And emotionally too. You know?
Yeah, totally. A double upgrade, playing wise and mental emotion.
Right.
Yeah, mental toughness for sure. For sure. Pete says Kevin is hitting balls on those awkward shots, quick shots, needs slow down and pause on the backstroke. Yeah, he seems like he hasn't hit his normal stride yet, but he's had a lot of table time these past like 2-3 racks, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see his level of play come up just a little bit in for the remainder of the set, or at least the next 3-4 racks. Now, Brian, I don't know if he could backcut this. I think he can, because normally these are just hard to see on the camera. Yeah, he could, but he hit a little thin.
Is he going to get away with it with the 8-ball here?
Yeah, he might have, but I'll tell you, even if he did stitch him, Kev will just go to the air and jump over the edge of the 8. And it does look like he has jump cue in hand, yep. Kev jumps pretty well. I think he's the favorite to make this one. Yep.
Hit it real nice. Real nice.
Shape, on the other hand, left a little to be desired. That 6-ball on the side makes it a big pocket. You could attack the 3-6 combo here. I think the scratch in the bottom left might be in play if you do cut the 3 into the 6. He's looking at playing the 3 in the bottom left. He's looking to see if it crosses the 5. Now it looks like he's trying to cut the 3 into the 6.
I can see Rob Sloat and Alex Bausch going after. For full disclosure, I did get Kevin Bourn 7-6 in Masters, okay? So, you know, no jealousy here.
So Kev did go to the corner. He just missed it. It was a tough shot, and there was a lot of work to do on the cue ball as well. But he didn't leave Brian a good look. I mean, he left him a look, but not a very good one. It's tough.
On this one, I'm just focusing on the pocket. The 5's got three pockets up table you can go to. You can even, you know, just focus on pocketing that 3.
Yeah. The position was pretty natural, but it was hard to pocket the ball. And so far, I would say that Kev is winning the rolls department, because when Brian's been missing, he's been selling out. And when Kev's been missing, he's been getting away with it quite a bit. So I'd say so far in the match, Kev's winning the rolls department, but he is down 6-5. And I'll be honest, I don't really care how it starts. I care how it finishes. If I'm the player,
for sure.
You know, I want the rolls at the end of the set, not the beginning.
Well, I want them all.
Yeah, true. I'm greedy. I need them all the time. But if it's partial, I want them towards the end of the set.
Yeah. And this is a big moment. I mean, Kevin ties it up. All of a sudden, it's a race to 5. And, you know, with knowing in the back of his mind that he's a slight favorite in this match.
Which can hurt you just as much as it helps
you.
It helps you if you're in stroke and you're comfortable and you're doing your job. Right. But if you start struggling a little, it's easy for all those mental thoughts to start creeping in. But Kev's a pretty cool customer. He handles his nerves pretty well, I'll tell you. He plays all the games. He's not just a rotation guy. He likes one pocket. He likes moving games. And he plays it well, too.
Yep.
He doesn't just play it. He plays it well. And Brian concedes that one.
6-6.
And we're all knotted up. 6-6, about the halfway point.
All right, so we're losing Lance in the booth for a little bathroom break here. You're unfortunately stuck with me. But we hope you're enjoying what you're seeing on Make a Score Tour here. Bryan Palacio and Kevin Bourn racing to 11 with $500 in the middle. And we've got a 6-6 match. It's real good. What do folks think? Based on what they're seeing, how do they think this is going to end? Feel free to comment in the comment section with whatever score you think it's going to get to now. Kev hit it pretty decent, made a couple balls, but can't see the 2-ball. This is going to be probably a push out. Alan Blaze says too much information. I'm not sure. Is it the bathroom break or is it the 6-6 score line? I'm not sure which one was the information. I think he was going to get a smoke, actually. I'm not even sure. Push out by Kevin Bourn. Let's see what Bryan Palacio wants to do with this. Make sure to like and share, folks, that are out there. Bryan hit that pretty good. I think he's got him. Kevin might have to go to the air on this. Kevin's already pocketed his last jump shot. Let's see what he can do here with the 2-ball. This one's a little harder to get to land. Pete Brown thinks Kevin Bourn 11-8. Good hit. Gets some separation. The 2 gets a little bit funky there. See what Bryan can do with this. Oh, that's good speed. Oh, that's great speed. Great speed. Bryan Palacio locking him up on the 5-ball. Kev still might have the one-rail kick. It looks like he does. Just missed. All right, big chance for Bryan Palacio. Ball in hand, 7 to run. That was a great save, Alex. Absolutely. Great speed control. And again, Bryan doesn't have a lot of familiarity on this 7-foot diamond, so he's quickly getting acclimated. Okay, he went after the bump. How did it come out? Ooh. Yeah, he's not going to like that. I think he's just going to bank it back to himself. And came up shy. And, of course, it's going to sell out. Hey, Phil Inacio joins the stream. He's disappointed that he's not getting any G. Wilkers, great googly mooglies. I think you want a couple holy mackerels, a few Mamma Mias as well. Phil Inacio, I think, writing in from the great state of Minnesota. Thanks for joining us, Phil. Good to see you, buddy. Former Masters partner of mine. And also going out to Vegas along with Bryan Palacio to represent the state of Connecticut, even though we tried to kick him out. Looks like the governor gave you a furlough. Nice cut by Kevin Bourn. And he's looking pretty good to get out of this rack. Ben Parker, it is Dan on Tilt Ucello in the booth. Lance stepped out for a cig. He'll be right back in. The fearless leader of the Make a Score Tour. And I think I hear him now. All right. No, I'm good.
Looks like Kevin made short work of that rack.
Yeah, I mean,
I saw Bryan got a double kiss of the bottom rail on like the 4-ball.
He did, and then it just sort of sold it out. Oh, I'm sorry. After the bank attempt, yeah.
All right, Kev to break here with a 7-6 lead, and I'd say momentum has shifted.
And Kevin Kiley joins us in the chat. Kevin, hope you're feeling better, man. I heard you weren't feeling so well.
Yep, feel better, buddy. And whenever you're ready, you guys work out a rescheduled date. Take your time, and we'll put that together whenever.
Yeah. So Ben Parker, for folks that joined recently. It was going to be Kevin Kiley. Kevin was feeling under the weather, and Kevin Bourn quickly stepped in to fill. Health issues. Quickly stepped in to fill the shoes So we've got a nice action match, 500 in the middle. Got pretty good on the 5.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. He might. He would
You're
like
gonna
to
bump the 7,
He
right?
might be able to avoid it. It's hard to tell from this angle. Yeah, this could be tricky. I'll tell you. If you bump it thin, and you just put some follow or even some like high left on it, even high right, just firm to get through the ball.
Fight through it.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about fighting it the other way if you're hitting
low
with
right.
draw.
Yeah, low right. Actually,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Dan, I think that's the move.
Yeah.
Now, for that to be successful, you have to hit the right side of the 7, just a little bit off
Right.
center. You know, it doesn't. Yeah, that's fine as long as it don't tie up.
Look at it, came right
But
back.
the combo plays really
Combo's
nice
on.
now. But the 6 is a little uncontrollable.
Yep.
It might even hit the top rail and come back and kick the cue ball. He'd like it to dress up for the right side pocket, but I don't know I don't think it will. Yeah, he got the.
Yeah, the double hit. Yeah.
But you know what though? This still looks cuttable. Yeah, he's attacking. I think he's starting to try to feel it and push through a little bit here.
Nice cut.
Cue ball a little.
He's running, but
Cue ball a
that's
little.
It's makeable.
Oh boy, that got really tough.
Oh, is he on the rail?
Yeah, that really stuck on him.
On the rail, I think he's a coin flip.
Now, there's not much of a scratch you have to worry about here. It's pretty much just pocket the 9, but this is tough, I'll tell you. And if you miss it, it's hard to get away with it. Oh! Great shot, Kev.
And on the diamond, no less, getting that love.
Great shot. Let's take another look at that one. If he had hit this a little softer, it's hanging. But because he hit it with that pace, the pocket took it. And just like that, Kevin went from potentially being down 7-3 to now an 8-6 leader. So
Right.
he's on a run now.
It's crazy how a millimeter changes this game, I swear.
Yep, that ball hangs.
Right.
7-7. Brian's breaking. He might break
Right.
and run. Yeah, that was a nail biter for sure. I mean, what a tough shot.
Yeah, it really was. He's on the
it's-
rail. I mean.
Yeah, that's. I don't want to shoot that shot.
No.
I mean, you have to shoot it when it comes up, but it's never fun to shoot it, I'll tell
Sure.
you. Alex, I did not see that. Did you see it?
I
Dan?
didn't either, no.
I believe Corey Deuel won that. And it was an American hayball tournament.
Okay.
And I believe it was on U.S. soil, which is hard to believe because it was all Star or Joy tables. I think Star. It might have been Joy, but
Was it a similar shot, Alex? Or was he locked up on that?
yeah, but on those tables,
On those tables, yeah.
they're basically like snooker pockets.
Right.
It's
Oh, with
insane.
the curved
yeah,
curved
side
edges.
pockets.
Yeah.
I love watching Jason Shaw and Alex Pagulayan play 8-ball on those tables.
Yeah.
That's so fun to watch. And then I watched their opponent, who I've never heard of in my life, beat them.
Really?
And it's crazy. These guys, those specialists on those tables are just on another level. They can fire them into those small pockets like it's a bucket. It's crazy.
Right. They can power up. They don't lose anything for it.
I almost feel like I don't have any knowledge of those tables. I almost feel like they purposely overhit balls with speed because it collapses the pocket and gives you a little bit more room for
Compresses
error.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so. I think that's I can't imagine why else. I
Why are
don't
you
see
hitting
them-
it so hard?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think there's some compression element going on there.
Cue ball head spot, object ball, 1 diamond from foot rail. Center table. Wow. I got to go look it up on YouTube or whatever.
Like this, I'm guessing he's talking about. Are you, Alex, ready? Cue ball. And then are you talking object ball here, and they're cutting it into a corner? Is this the layout right here? Cue ball up table, object ball down table, getting cut into a corner? It sounds like it.
Nice position by Kevin.
Yeah, Kev made short work of that rack, and now he's got a 9-6 lead, and I'll tell you, now Brian's got to start feeling it.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
yeah, this momentum has shifted really fast, I'll tell you. But that's 9-ball. We see it
Right.
all the time. 9-ball with a magic rack.
Right.
No lead is safe.
Right.
Momentum can shift very quickly. So if you're Brian, you got to remember that. You got to
Right.
say, you know what, we're playing 9-ball with a magic rack. If I win a rack, I can break and run 2 or 3 behind it, and it might run the set out from there.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, both players know that they're capable of putting a pack together. And so he's not out of it.
No, but Eric Johnson, thanks for liking the stream. But he needs opportunity. And it's dangerous with Kevin breaking 9-ball magic rack because he might run the set out from right here.
From right here.
You might never even get a trip back to the table. It's all about the break. And he keeps making that one in the side. And look at this 2-ball
Oh my
dressed
God, look
up.
how this laid out.
You see what I'm talking about? How powerful this break can become? It really is a game changer.
Jerry Baldini, thanks for joining us. Yeah. Saw Jerry earlier.
Yeah, Jerry was here earlier. So these can be a little tricky with how deep the 2-ball is. He would have liked the 2-ball to have been on the other side of the pocket.
Sure.
Makes it a little easier to get to that right long rail, but he's all right. Now you got a little goofy here.
Yeah, he's got angle going away from the 4 instead of towards it. You try to power up and come left rail and back over again?
Yeah, I'm probably trying to stun with some right hand English. And you got to flirt with the 7, though. So he's taking the bank.
Yeah.
Which I'll tell you, not a bad decision. It made it a lot easier to pocket the object ball.
Yeah.
And there's built-in shape on the 5. Cue ball's going down table, but he puts him inside to keep it up table. Very good shot. Might be a little bit bridged over the 9.
I think he can cue up pretty clean here.
Yeah,
I mean, he's looking pretty good.
He could go high left 3 rails. He could go low right 1 or 2 rails. I like high left because you take the scratch out of the equation. He chose low right. And
looking good.
Hit that object ball a little fat, but no problem. Looks like he's got a great look at the corner. Might have to play the 9 in the same pocket.
I'm thinking he's following it, no?
If he's straight, he'd like to.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought he had an angle going the other way. And this looks like going to be concession here.
Bryan Palacio actually chimes in and says he's watching like the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean, not much he can do from right here. I mean, when a guy breaks and runs on you, it's just got to tip your cap. You know? I mean, he made 3 balls on the break and the 2 dressed up.
Right.
I mean, Brian's getting out there
Right.
too more often than not.
So that's a 2-pack, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. Yeah, I think it is.
And he's 1 away from running out. Vitaly Petsura's social media is where you're gonna find that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out later.
All right. Looks like my brother's chiming in. Joe Usello's here.
He liked the stream. I was looking in the chat. Thanks for liking the stream, Joe. So Kevin keeps making that 1 ball on the side, which is that's not what he's trying to do
Look
usually.
at how this 2 sat up.
And look where the 3 is. So you just pocket the 2, and you're probably running into the 6 and the 8, or just the 6, as long as you don't get stuck by the 8.
When you started that comment that he could run out the set, you weren't kidding. I mean, he's on the. If he finishes this off, it's a 3-pack.
Yeah. Now, he
stayed clear of the 8.
Yep.
That was the danger.
And now the 6 is much easier to pocket later in the run. So the 6 to the 7 is going to be the key, and he's got multiple ways to get there. And you could get to either side of the 7 as well. There's not only one good side of it. So
now, for the folks that don't know who Kevin Bourn is on stream, I mean, he's a former Racks list champion, right?
Yeah.
And so, again, no stranger to the table, no stranger to pool in general.
Kev puts a lot of work in. And he's been getting great results the past couple of years, which I always like to see the people putting in the work get the rewards.
Yeah.
And it's natural in pool. There's no shortcuts. You can't buy a carbon fiber shaft and play 50 points better.
I don't care how low your deflection
I don't care what they tell you when they're selling it to you. It's you're probably going to drop 50 points before you go up 50 points, believe it or not.
True story.
You'd probably be better off at the end, but all right. So he hit the point a little bit, took some momentum off the cue ball, and now he came up a little short here.
He might be able to just go up and down. I would just focus on pocketing here.
Yep. You thin cut the 7 in. You go up and down with the cue ball in between the 8-9. He might be playing safe. He looked like he was drawing it. Oh, he banked.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, it's gonna sell out on the side. Yep.
Yeah, he just wanted to go. He just wanted to go get it. Go after the 3-pack. Why not? And Ben, I agree. Yeah, one of the nicest guys you can ever play against. I mean, he's very respectful and honest, and he's not going to try to make a move on you. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, Brian's going to get away with it, I think.
I play Kevin a lot. We play a lot of goofy partners games and 6 diamonds and Keno, and yeah, I totally agree. He's very easy to play, very easy to gamble with. Always a gentleman.
In fact, that's why I'm here tonight, is because we were just gambling for some,
Right.
low-level cash
Right.
before this match came up on the radar.
And he's so easy to match up with because he plays all the games. We could
Right.
play rotation doubles, singles, one pocket, anything. He just likes to play.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that I can gamble straight with.
Yeah.
With 14-1, because the only other person I play 14-1 for money with is Alex Bausch, and that's not really a fair match. Although I will say, high run today, 41.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
we're getting there. Alex, another 10 years and I'm coming for you.
I'd like to play some straight pull sometime.
Yeah, for sure.
I stink at it, but
Well, but it's in the blood, man. It's in your family. It's in the
should
blood.
be. It's my weakest game by far.
Is it really?
I play 3-cushion billiards way better than straight pool.
Really? Okay. Well, 3-cushion's fun, man.
That might be, besides one pocket, that might be like my second favorite game. So Brian with a little tester here.
And he gets the roll.
Gets it done. And he's still fighting here. 10-7. And he could run the set out too, just
Right.
like Kevin almost did. You never know. If you break good, anything can happen. But it starts with the break, that's for sure.
Yeah, thanks, Alex. Yeah, we're getting there. It's no 127 or whatever your high run is or whatever it was, but we're getting there.
I'm
Ben
curious.
Parker, I'd play. Yeah, let me know. We'll play sometime.
That Gold Crown 3 they have here is, in my opinion, a very good table for straight pull.
Yeah.
The pockets are wide open, it's fast, it's bouncy. It's pretty good for straight pull. Years ago, when I was at World Championship, I wanted to practice straight pull, but the conditions were just not ideal. It was so frustrating. I gave up after like a week.
Pete Brown says that Dan's a walking ATM for Alex on the. He does give me a hefty spot though, to be fair. So it's almost even.
So Joe asking, when did this come together? So Brian was supposed to play Kevin Kiley. Kevin had some health issues, wasn't feeling up to it today. They're going to reschedule. And Kevin Bourn was in the house, and we gave him first option. And if he didn't play, Dan was going to play. So we found him a game one way or another.
Right.
And Brian was a cool customer. He was like, I'm not picky. I just want to play. He's going to Vegas for APA, and he wanted a good tune-up match. And
honestly, again, kudos to Brian, because with the Fargo difference being 40, 50 points, whatever it is, he could have easily asked for 1 or 2 on the wire. He didn't.
Yeah. I give him some credit there. I think like 1-on-9 probably would have been
1-on-9, yeah.
The Fargo suggested race.
Right, for like an R5 medium or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, nice jump.
Great shot. Let's take another look at that one. I said race to 9, I believe, but I meant race to 11. Great jump shot here, and he's got a reward. He's got a back cut, he's got a cut on the side with the 2-ball. Cue ball looks like he's going to run into the 8, which may provide you a cut in the side on the 3.
Gets a roll, and I think he still has a look at the 3 on the side. It's a hard cut, but
yeah, you got to just roll this one in, pray the cue ball stays straight, and you hit a good shot here.
Nice shot. Stayed cool and calm.
And he doesn't want to be on the rail, but he's got options. He can cut in the side. He could take the corner. The problem with the corner is there might be a scratch in play on the side, but
yeah, I like the side here. I like this choice.
Yeah, great shot.
And then you can just whip around 2 rails for the 9. I like this choice. Yeah, I think you might be right, Alex. Once Kevin started to outmove him in the middle of the set, I think he also got his confidence back. Or maybe not confidence, but started to feel more comfortable.
I'll say, I think when the balls are open, Brian runs them out as good as anyone. They
Right.
both run them out real well when the balls are open. But I think if you look at where Kevin has a little bit of an advantage, I would say it's in the moving game. I think his and it might just be because he's more comfortable on this table, and safety play is a lot of speed control and comfort on the table.
Sure.
But his safes have been a little bit better than Brian's, And like we talked about earlier in the set, Kevin was getting a little bit. He was winning the rolls department. He was missing here and there and getting away with it, and Brian was missing and leaving sellouts. But it's not how you start; it's how you finish. And we're
That's
at
right.
10-8. It's anyone's game from here. Kev obviously has a little bit upper hand, but he's also got the pressure on him sitting in the chair.
All right, Cliff Tyler sending 1,000 stars. Thanks, Cliff.
Thank you very much, Cliff. A sponsor of the Make a Score Tour. Check out Wicked Promotions. Appreciate you.
You know, Pete Brown, Cliff's sending stars, and he wants a 3-cushion table, and so does Lance, and I'm along with. So when are we going to get rid of 2 Valleys and getting a 3-cushion in here? What are we going to do?
I'm in. Yeah, 3-cushion is a beautiful game, I'll tell you.
It's you know, I'm not the greatest at it, but it's fun, and it's fun to watch when you're watching the pros play, man. Oof.
Yeah, I still credit 3-cushion for like when I was young and made a big gap, big jump in speed. I think it was all 3-cushion because my dad got the table, and I was a ball banger. I was like probably like a 500 Fargo, maybe like 470, like low. And once we got 3-cushion, nobody would play 8-ball, 9-ball anymore.
Right.
They only wanted to play 3-cushion, so naturally I played them 3-cushion.
Big shot.
Yeah, great shot. And it just clicked in my head of all the position play with the cue ball. I was always a good shot maker, but I had no clue where the cue ball was going. So once I played 3-cushion, I figured out the cue ball, matched that with the shot making I already had, and next thing you know, I was like a 580 Fargo. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure. Yeah.
Like within like 2 months probably. It was a pretty big jump.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's a break and run from Brian. So he punched right back.
Yeah, and here we go, 10-9.
Pete Brown says we've got 6 cushions on every table. So what's the problem, guys? I don't get it.
He'll come in with some like pocket blockers, and I bet, look, we can turn any table into a 3-cushion. It might not be 5x10, but it's 3-cushion with no pockets.
Some extra bondo from when he was working on his car or whatever. Yeah, no, that's good.
He's got the snooker set, so maybe he sold it, but I think he's got the snooker set. So we got like a red ball there.
Right.
He'll give us a bigger cue ball.
Sure.
And then we'll have a yellow. We'll use a 1 ball out of a set, a different set.
Good break again. Is he going to have a look at the 1? Well, it's
Look at this.
the 8 covers him up. Jeez.
Well, yeah, I think he's going to have to push. This is a little unfortunate here.
Ooh, Taiwanese 235 Karam. Alex, we gotta get playing that again.
I don't. What is that? Kissy kiss?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get him in the corner, you can
that's
over and over and over and over. We used to have some Laotians that would come into World Championship, and that's what they would play, Kissy kiss for. Yeah. They'd play it for 10 hours. They'd drink like 300 in Heineken. They loved it, but to me, it looked terribly boring. I don't want to play Kissy Kiss with the no rails.
For sure.
It's such a different game.
So Cliff Tower asking, did you ever play 3-cushion with Eddie?
Yeah. Eddie was a great 3-cushion player. He knew how to play. I was always like one of the weaker guys for many years, and then I started picking it up pretty good.
Yeah, the last time I played it was when the Massey Club had it in Rocky Hill. Yeah. I know Jason Shaw's got one in US 1, but I never got on it.
I'll tell you, conditions is always super important in pool, but it's the most important on a 3-cushion table, in my opinion.
Right.
When I was at World Championship, I reclothed it with, it was Simonis Rapid. I can't remember if it was 300 or 3000. It was one or the other. And that's like the ultimate billiard cloth.
Right.
And it played so good with that cloth on it, and it wasn't a heated table. But let's get back to business here, because this
is a big
this
moment.
Could be out for the set here. Joe remembers back in the days. All right, so Kev looks like he's got a cut in the side.
Yeah.
Might have to
come back down for that same side, don't you think?
Did he put right on that, or no? He used center ball. Yeah, center ball. So he's got an angle. Oh, I don't want to get over the 8 though, and he's going to be over the 8 a little bit.
Yeah, Will Ailey saying this may be she wrote. You might be right, Will, but this is not a gimme.
Nah, sure. And with the pressure, with the heart pumping, I mean, Kev's got to know if he misses a 7, he's probably headed for Hill, and the other guy could break and run. So I mean, this is basically like feeling like Hill if you're Kevin, and he hit it in the heart of the pocket. But
are you going forward too, or are you trying to snap back?
I find that with left-hand English, I find that left corner a lot, and I really like the low left here.
Yeah,
I like
drag it over.
Yeah,
right?
I just happen to shoot these very well with the spin. I come out like that.
Yep.
But
so he's going forward too.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I think he wanted to. I don't know if he wanted to come over here, but either way, he's got a very good shot here. It's very makeable
for the set, for the 500. Buries it.
And Kevin Bourn gets it done 11-9. What a nail biter.
Yeah, this was a back and forth.
See that again, yep. Yep. Grats to Kevin Bourn. Congratulations. Bryan Palacio, great sport, great playing. 11-9. We had a great nail biter there. Could have gone either way. That kick on the 8, like we called
That
real
was
time,
big.
that was huge.
That
And
was
it
big.
wasn't that Bryan didn't take advantage. It was a tough shot.
Right.
It was, he got that double kiss
Yep.
that sold out the 8. And
For
then
sure.
I think it went to 6-4, and then Kev went on a tear after that.
Yeah, and once he got that comfort level, or once he started feeling good, you knew it was going to be an uphill battle for Bryan.
Yeah, I mean,
But you know what? He struck back. He broke and ran himself.
Yeah.
Hitting jump shots. I mean,
at 10-6, he could have packed it in.
Yeah, for sure.
He fought to the end, and if Kevin rattles that 7, which he very easily could have, we were headed right for Hill. So,
yeah, thank you all for the commentary comments,
yep.
guys.
Appreciate you guys, Dan. I appreciate your commentary, buddy.
Of course. Thanks for having me, man.
Yep. Thanks for being in here. And we will be live tomorrow here from the Make a Score Tour on Facebook and YouTube for the 2024 Palmer Bird Cup semifinals, week 1. So check that out. That's at Rax. Starts at 3 o'clock, and we'll probably run till about 8, 9 o'clock. So if you're not in the area, you can catch the stream online. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you tomorrow.